All right, let's get right into it. We all like to think we're pretty smart online, that we can spot a scam a mile away. But the truth is, digital deception has gotten so ridiculously good that it can fool even the most careful of us. So today, we're going to deconstruct the art and science of phishing.
I mean, you've seen this before, right? Or at least some version of it. It is such a classic trick because it plays on our expectations and it gives you that tiny jolt of panic. It feels urgent, it feels personal, and it's the perfect bait to get millions of us to click without even thinking twice.
And this is the absolute key to understanding this entire threat. Phishing isn't really a technical hack. It's a human hack. It's all about targeting our psychology, our trust, our fears, our instinct to just be helpful. Attackers know it's way, way easier to trick a person than it is to break through some complex digital firewall.
And the scale of this is it's mind-boggling. We're not talking about a few thousand scam emails. We're talking an estimated 3.4 billion malicious emails sent out every single day. That is a constant, global flood of deception. And all it takes is one person making one little mistake.
So, how do these attacks actually work? Let's crack open the playbook, and we'll start with the tactic you're probably most familiar with.
This is the classic approach, the OG of phishing. Think of it like bottom trawling in cyberspace. The attackers just blast out millions of generic emails. They're not aiming for anyone specific. They're playing a pure numbers game because they know that even a tiny, tiny success rate will still hook thousands of victims.
Okay, so what's really interesting is how predictable these emails are once you know what to look for. So let's walk through this. First, the subject line. It's almost always designed to make you panic. Account suspended or urgent action required. Next up, the sender. The name might look right, but if you look closely, the email address is just one letter off. Then, number 3, the greeting, total giveaway. It's impersonal, like dear valued customer. A real company knows your name. The message itself, usually full of grammar mistakes. But the real poison, the part that does all the damage, is number 5, the link. And this is one of their cleverest visual tricks. It's called a homoglyph. At a quick glance, these two URLs look identical, right? But the fake one swaps a normal letter for a visually similar one from a totally different alphabet. It's a simple but incredibly effective trick designed to fool your brain's pattern recognition, and it gets you to click what you think is a safe link.
So why do they want you to click so bad? It's all about this, credential harvesting. That fake link almost always takes you to a pixel-perfect clone of a real login page. You type in your username and password, but you're not logging in. Nope. You are literally handing the keys to your digital kingdom directly to a criminal. But the game is changing. Attackers aren't just casting those wide nets anymore. Now they're treating their nets for spears. Let's see how this more targeted approach works. And the difference here is pretty striking. On one side, you've got that brute force spray and pray approach of bulk phishing. But on the other, you see the precision of spear phishing. See, here, the attackers do their homework. They research a specific person, maybe they check LinkedIn for their job title or their boss's name. Then they use those little details to craft a highly believable, personalized message. It's a much more sophisticated and way more dangerous game.
And when spear phishing targets the biggest fish in the company, like a CEO or a CFO, it gets a special name, whaling. The goal here is maximum impact. An attacker might impersonate an executive to trick someone in the finance department into wiring, say, $100,000 to a fraudulent account, thinking they're just following orders.
And that's the genius of it, really. It's another human hack that exploits the corporate hierarchy. The message seems to come from the boss. It's marked urgent and confidential, and it plays on our natural reluctance to question authority. I mean, most people aren't going to second-guess the direct order from the CEO, and that's exactly what the attackers are counting on. Now, phishing has also totally escaped the confines of email. These same principles of deception are being used on pretty much every platform we use to communicate. First up is smishing. That's just phishing through SMS text messages. You've seen them, fake package delivery alerts or bank fraud warnings, and they're getting more effective because, honestly, we tend to trust our texts more. We let our guard down. Then there's vishing, or voice phishing. And this is where things get genuinely creepy. With modern AI, scammers can clone a person's voice from just a few seconds of audio they find online. So imagine getting a frantic call from your boss in their actual voice, telling you to transfer money right now. It's a terrifyingly effective tactic. And now we've got quishing, phishing with QR codes. Scammers are actually putting fake QR code stickers over real ones on things like public parking meters. You scan it thinking you're about to pay for parking, but instead, your phone is sent to a malicious site designed to steal your credit card info.
But maybe the most insidious attack of all is DNS poisoning. Okay, think of the DNS system as the internet's phone book. It translates a name you can read, like yourbank.com, into an IP address that computers can use. Well, in this attack, hackers corrupt that phone book. They sneak in a fake entry. So when you ask for your bank's website, you're secretly given the address of a fake site instead.
So what this means is that you can do everything right. You type the correct web address directly into your browser. But behind the scenes, a poisoned server sends you to a perfect fake. You log in thinking you're totally safe, but the very infrastructure of the internet has just been turned against you.
Okay, I know the threats are real and they are constantly evolving, but you are not powerless. So let's shift gears and talk about how you can build a strong digital defense. This quote, this really says it all. This has to be your mantra online. In a world of super sophisticated fakes, a healthy dose of skepticism is your best shield. If a message is pushing you to act right now, just take a breath. Pick up the phone or open a new browser tab and verify the request through a channel you already trust. So let's run through a quick mental checklist. First, are they trying to rush you with urgent threats? That's red flag number 1. Are they asking for info they should already have? Flag 2. Do you see sloppy grammar? Real companies have proofreaders. Is the greeting just generic? Hover over that link. Does the URL preview actually match where it says it's going to go? These simple little checks can shut down the vast majority of these attacks.
Now listen, if you only do one thing after hearing all this, make it this. A Google study found that just enabling multi-factor authentication, MFA, can block up to 99% of bulk phishing attacks. It is a massive, massive layer of protection. Because even if a scammer steals your password, they can't get in without that second piece of proof, like a code from your phone.
But what if the worst happens and you realize you clicked the link? Okay, don't panic. Act. The key is to move quickly. First, immediately change the password on that account. Then, if you've reused that password anywhere else, and hey, we know we shouldn't, but we do, change it there too. Step 3, turn on MFA everywhere you possibly can. Then, just keep a close eye on your accounts and report what happened. Fast action can make all the difference. And let's just end on this thought. As technology makes deception easier and more convincing than ever, the simple act of verifying identity, proving that a person or a website or a request is authentic, is becoming one of the most critical challenges of our digital lives. Staying vigilant isn't just good advice anymore, it's absolutely essential. Stay safe out there.